and welcome back to the Lazy Girls Kitchen. My name is Maggie, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a chicken and potato bake that's really easy, that's really delicious, and just perfect. It's minimal cleanup, it's minimal work, so for me this is the best recipe. So I'm going to show you how to really prep the chicken separate from prepping the potatoes. Even though they're all going in one baking dish, I kind of like to do them separately. And before we get started, you're going to preheat your oven to 425, and I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to show you what you're going to need to make these. Okay, so to make the potatoes, what you're going to need is some baby potatoes, some salt, some Italian seasoning, dried parsley, extra virgin olive oil, and then some pepper. Easy peasy. So I washed my potatoes and I cut them in half because the smaller they are, the better they're gonna cook, like the faster they're gonna cook. So you definitely want to make sure if they're really big, you're cutting them. That way it doesn't take longer for your potatoes to cook longer than your chicken, if that makes sense. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle some olive oil on here just to coat it. There we go. And then we're gonna salt these. Potatoes love salt. Oop, that's my oven, and your oven should already be preheated at 425. Okay. Go ahead and add some pepper, a pinch of Italian seasoning. I absolutely love this recipe because not only is it easy, but all the flavors together are just so wonderful. And then I add a little bit of dried parsley, if I can open this. All right. Okay, I'm gonna give this a good stir, and then I'm gonna set this aside so we can work on the chicken. So for the chicken, what you're gonna need is, I'm using some chicken thighs with bone-in skin on. You're gonna need some extra virgin olive oil, some dried parsley, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, unsalted butter, some lemon. You're gonna need lemon juice. I just have half a lemon here, and then some rosemary. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna salt and pepper both sides of our chicken. So, and I'm showing you on one because I have 4, but I'm not gonna show you every single one because it would take all day. So again, salt and pepper. And I'm gonna put this skin side up, okay? So I'm gonna, actually I'll keep this here so you guys can see better. So then what I do is, I'm gonna take 2 pieces of butter, or a piece, however much you want. You know, I like it rather buttery. And then a little sprig of thyme. Now the thyme is gonna give you such beautiful flavor. And then on top of that, it's gonna get just, I don't know, I can't even explain it. It's just so wonderful. So then what I do is, I shouldn't be touching this, I'm gonna have to wash this later, but I sprinkle this with a little bit of olive oil so that the skin does not dry out. And then in here, because I didn't want to stick my hands after I touched the meat into there, you're just gonna sprinkle it with some Italian seasoning and dried parsley. And then lastly, what I do is I take a little bit of lemon and I just sprinkle it over the top. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna continue to do this with my other chicken breasts, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so my chicken thighs are nicely coated with all the flavors, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add in my potatoes. My baby potatoes. And you're gonna want to bake this for about, it depends, A, on the size of your chicken, also B, on the size of your potatoes. I would say you're gonna want to check it probably at the 45 to 50 minute mark, but it also depends on your oven. I find that each oven works differently. So I would say 45 minutes to an hour you should be good, especially because we're at, 425. So, and then I had some extra seasoning left over from my chicken, so I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle it over my potatoes. And then what I'm going to do is I had some extra rosemary or thyme. I don't know which one this is, but I had that. So I just sprinkled it into the potatoes. That's going to give you really wonderful flavor. And you just wait to see how crispy the thighs are and just how juicy and wonderful they are. And I did wash my olive oil bottle because I touched it after I touched the chicken, which is a big no-no. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this into my oven. I'm going to stop talking because I'm already salivating. And then I will meet you back here in about an hour. Okay, so my chicken and my potatoes were baking for exactly 1 hour. I took them out and I let them cool for a few minutes, and I just put a little bit on my plate. So I'm going to try them for you. The chicken is so flavorful and so juicy. It's not dried out. It's just perfect. Let me try the potato. Perfectly cooked through, not overcooked to where they're kind of mushy and just gross. Perfect, just absolutely perfect. All the flavors together just work so beautifully. Make sure you head over to thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this fantastic recipe. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.